Guys, haters, they cannot sleep, It has started to come back at them, It has started to bite their ears. They cannot, you know. There's this big one, the one who came from South Africa, talking about how he's apologizing, after he has been cornered. That is when he decides to tender an apology. Anyways, let's put that one aside, for now. Let's put him aside. Now, let us look at this other one, Marwa's relative. He was in Marwa's villa, working there, eating there, enjoying there, doing everything there, and he decided to quit. I guess maybe he had all this hulabaloo that was going on the streets. Mosabi on this side, the other Emmanuel on the other. I don't know who else. They were all coming out here talking nonsense. Maybe he decided, even me, let me, run. But when he went out there, he found out that it is very cold out there. Things are not as easy as he thought. And so he has decided to come back to iammarwa's place to ask for forgiveness and to ask for his job back. Oh, yes. And now I'm wondering what people like Emmanuel Farm are going to be saying about this, because he is the one who was talking about everyone who works at Marwa's place. They resign, they quit. Because of the maltreatment. He does not pay his workers. He does not do ABCD. Guys, if that is how the villa was, how come this particular person wants to come back? If things were that bad at the villa, how come this one, Marwa's nephew, wants to come back there? He misses the food, of course. He misses the, just the tranquility, the nice ambience, this villa gives to him. He'd rather stay there, guys, eating food for free, sleeping in a good house, and working and getting paid. People are so confused out here, Everybody who works at Marwa's place doesn't get paid. Everybody, get bad treatment. Everybody, this and that. People are just coming out here to yap and talk about things that they do not even know. And, people like Emmanuel Farm are forgetting that even he himself left the villa because he claims that Marwa did not hire a nanny for his newborn baby, So it is not because he wasn't getting paid. It wasn't because he was not, enjoying food there. It wasn't because he was overworking. He did not quit because of all that. He quit because the wife gave birth, and Marwa did not hire this nanny. Marwa did not fulfill a promise of hiring this person to help them out. So when people come out here to talk about stuff like that, I just find them to be very hypocritical. And so when Marwa spoke about this nephew of his, I remembered people like Emmanuel's Farm coming out here to lie to people, talk a lot of nonsense, and yet they themselves, really want to be back in that villa. I can bet you all that, guys. I can bet you all that. Even people like Gintu. Don't, you should not wonder why Gintu is going crazy, on the streets every single day. It is because of what he is missing. Oh my goodness. So in the comment section, I saw people telling Marwa not to mix relative stuff and friendship with business. They were telling him, to keep friendship, issues of relatives, aside from his professional stuff, because it can mess him up. I actually agree with that. It is very true, because these are the kind of people who will just, they will just want to pull you down. And they will be talking about your issues out there to other relatives. It's just going to be a mess. But Marwa knows him, they know each other, they are relatives. And for this guy to come back and really be there, waiting for Marwa to hire him back, that speaks volumes, guys. That speaks volumes. And guys, what is wrong with people? Like, seriously. People are so jealous. People are so evil. People, you cannot understand them. You know, you cannot understand some people. Especially in this village of Nyabohanse. How can somebody be spraying grass so that Marwa's horses cannot feed on them? You know? Somebody actually sprayed grass, sprayed a chemical so that it may affect these horses. He sprayed this chemical so that the grass can dry up. What kind of jealousy is this, guys? What kind of evil mind is this? Like, seriously. And the shocking thing is that MORAA actually has helped this guy out, you know, not once, not twice, several times. MORAA has even helped educate his kids. Guys, when somebody helps you to impart knowledge, education into your children's minds, and, how do you mistreat this kind of person? Instead of being grateful, guys, at least, you know, you have no money to give to this person. You have nothing to give to them. Grass that is growing from the ground, you know, the ground that has been made by God. You cannot just let their horses come and feed on it. Tell me, guys, what kind of bad mind is that? When MORAA said it, I was like, no. Guys, and to hear that MORAA has actually helped this neighbor out, that now got me, I was like, no, this is crazy. People are so shameless, guys. Somebody who has helped me, somebody who has ever paid for my child's fees. So me, I cannot reciprocate in any way. I cannot do anything for them. Simple thing like that. You know, it is not money you're giving them. It is, my God. Guys, to make matters worse, this neighbor went ahead to even spray the grass on Marwa's land, you know, near the wall of MORAA. Now, guys, you wonder, what kind of people are this? What kind of people are this? This village is going to show us things.
I told you my neighbor came and sprayed his grass so that our horses can't come and eat. It's crazy. Look, you see, dry. See, dry. But you can see the difference between here, how green it is, and this neighbor here. This neighbor, this neighbor has come to my home to ask for help, and I've helped his kids to go to school. This neighbor here, I have taken my money. Even some time back, I used to pay rent for his kids. The other day, I was coaching his kid how to do YouTube. But him, he can come and spray a place like this so that my horses don't come. It's fantastic. That marks the end of me and this neighbor in terms of helping each other. It's funny here in the village. People would wish it. You see, my horses used to come here. But now they can't because first is they have killed all the grass. This is a chemical that dries up the grass.
So now this person thinks that they will never ever need help from MORAA ever again. Guys, I'm not just saying that it is MORAA who can help this person, you know. This person can also help MORAA in one way or another, even if it's not about money. And one way is actually this that we have just seen. He would have gladly given out his grass for MORAA's horses to feed on, but he has refused. All I'm just saying, guys, is that, especially when you're neighbors, you never know. It is good to just have, good relationships amongst yourself, especially in the villages, because, guys, these neighbors, chances are that they'll be your neighbors for life. You know, if you're living somewhere in the city and you've rented, you know, you're bound to move out, go to somewhere else. But in the village, this is your neighbor for life, and this is what you want to do. You know, and in some villages, this is how things start. And then you find that even the kids of this person, they'll not be happy. If you know that this neighbor was doing this to you guys, so even you guys grow up having that sort of strife amongst yourselves, which is not right. People just bring out their jealousy. People just let envy. People just let their evil minds, get the best of them. People should style up. This neighbor, it's a shame, guys. It's a shame. And guys, people who have eyes should by now be seeing what is happening. Those who have ears better listen, and listen good. Because guys, 𝐷 and crew are out here talking to people, lying to them. We are going to have you get help. Don't let Marwa do ABCD to you. He is overworking you. He is not paying you enough. People like Mosabi, we saw what happened. When they went to the 𝐷 pod lies, we saw what happened. Guys, who would have thought that the horseman, who would have thought that he would be calling Marwa and apologizing? After going to the labor offices, following the advice of people like 𝐷. Who would have thought? After things hit the rocks, now he is actually picking up his phone and calling Marwa? How shameless. This guy refused to take accountability. He refused to be responsible. Guys, I was so amused when Marwa said that this guy, when Marwa was called by the labor office, he told them, this guy was not working for me. When he got an accident with my horse, he had actually stolen my horse. And I was like, oh yeah, now these are the words that they're gonna be used. Even in court, if he wants to go to court. Oh, yes. Guys, people always think that things will favor them. They don't ever think that even the other person, has rights. And especially when it comes to Marwa, these people normally talk as though Marwa and family have no rights. Everybody has rights. The law cuts on both sides, Everybody has a right to be heard. And that is the truth. But these people come out and when they want to do something, like I had a Nairobi teacher the other day. Actually, I saw this on the Real Things podcast video. Talking about Nairobi teacher is suing people. And I was wondering, now Kenyan law works? Because guys, Carrots and the crew, Notorious Liar, they have been saying here, the law in Kenya does not work. There's freedom of speech. There's freedom of, movement. There's freedom of everything. So now, how is it that they, somebody in their team wants to take people to court for whatever reason? So now the Kenyan courts are going to work? And remember when they were talking about jam tours, they used to talk about it like the law, has the law is there, the law is steady in Kenya. But when it comes to Marwa saying that they want to take somebody to court or somebody from Team Marwa, it is something totally different. They'll come up with all these stories about, it cannot work, these people cannot do it, guys. Just crazy stuff, which does not make sense at all. So they gave the horseman advice. They told him to go to the labor offices. When the labor offices called Marwa, they regretted that action because what Marwa told them, they were like, okay, I think, sir, you are the one who is supposed to be compensated. You are the one who is supposed to sue. Things are thick. Things are bad on your side. This is what he did. And Marwa said, guys, this person, I know after hearing what happened, the horseman, I know he just decided, to just crawl back to where he came from and decided to keep quiet. And further still, he decided to call Marwa and apologize. Guys, are you seeing how people can mess you up? Are you seeing how people can make you fall out with people who can actually help you? People who can take you far. If you look at his channel right now, it is screaming for help. His channel is in ICU. They're not watching him anymore, guys. Why aren't they watching him? Yes, there are people who are helping him out there, here and there. And especially I saw a video where he is talking about his mother being sick and everything. But then again, guys, why aren't these people watching him? Why aren't they supporting him by helping him grow his YouTube channel? Because how many times can you give somebody handouts? This is exactly what they do. Yesterday, Marwa again spoke about people who are talking about him. You know, if they don't mention his name for a month, they are not going to have anything to eat. Guys, I normally say that out here. You know, whether positive reactor, whether negative reactor, all of us, the common denominator is I am Marwa. You know, without his name, things are bad. We in the positive reaction team agree to that. However, these other people, they want to pretend that they are the ones who feed themselves on the streets, and we all know that that is not true. You know. So now, these people have abandoned the horse man, and it is wrong. Gatey, give this guy a job, you know, employ him. Now that you are getting money from all these Spanish women who have kept you, you know, give this guy a job, help him out for heaven's sake. Don't just mess up his job and then help him, you know, let him be out here, hangaikari. Shame on you.
The new boys, we have new boys here who work here. I think you guys know people like Felix and a few. These days I try my best not even to show my people on camera, because some very negative people try to use them to, not even use them, they just try to take their jobs away. These guys have opportunity here, and then they leave them in the street. Then those guys start calling me and saying, like the guy who used to work here with the horses, he's always on my phone trying to tell me, I don't know what, Maro, help me here. But he left. He left arrogantly without apologizing. He apologized after he did some videos, and then it went and hit the wall. Then he came back to say, Mara, I'm sorry for what I did. You know, my horse died because of him. And this guy had gone to report me in the labor office in Kenya. So those guys called me. I told them, number one is, and which is the truth, the guy who was working in my horses, when he got an accident, he was not working for me. He had actually stolen my horse. Pure fact. Another thing is, I told them, I would love to do this case actually. I'm so happy to do this case because maybe I'll sell this horse to him. By that time, my horse had not died. So, and I sent them the videos of the horse. She was very sick. You know what they told me? We are so sorry. I think you're the one who needs to be compensated. You should go and report this to the police. God is my witness. They said, go and report to the police. You have an OB. I don't even know what they talked to the other guy. Because sometimes the internet can pressure you to do things. But in reality, when reality hits you, my friend, you realize you're alone. Because sometimes when you are doing a sensational video, oh, you know, I was suffering at Marwa. I have a cousin of mine here who left. Now he's back, asking for work. Because sometimes people think when they leave, like a home can't run. No, they don't do me a favor. Actually, in most cases, I'm the one doing them a favor.
So guys, on davyjnr's project, you know, there are shenanigans. davyjnr / Dancing Grandma's project. There is a plumber there, guys. There is full entertainment there, you know. There is this plumber who had been employed to work on the plumbing of the house, and he brought along some people to aid him, you know, these handmen and stuff. These people were students, you know, who had come to help him. I think they were doing some sort of, internship. So, Grandma from New Jersey is the main donor for this project. I mean, we all know that by now. So she is the one who has been sending money to pay these people. The plumber plus his people. Now, this plumber did not tell David Jr. from the start that these students are not supposed to be paid. And guys, I wonder why. How can you be working people without paying them? You know, this is the nonsense they say about marwa, and of course, we know it is a lie. So how can you work people without paying them? Guys, you know, when I heard this story of the plumber, I was like, what is wrong with plumbers, guys? What is wrong with plumbers? Because starting from the villa, you know, Strongman 254, you know, a man of shenanigans. And then when we went to Villa 19, a Bobo, you know, shenanigans. Now, this one of David Jr., this guy, Josh, shenanigans, you know. Now, this one is enslaving people, bringing these students from this school, coming to work them. And guys, even Grandma from New Jersey noticed that these people are the ones who are working the most. Why would you do that to people? How do some people even sleep at night? You know, working people and then getting paid and pocketing the money and not giving them anything? Guys, when this Josh was found out, he started to defend himself, saying that, oh, the school is the one that has this policy that you cannot, that they shouldn't be paid, the students. So now, how come he was accepting the money for the students and keeping it in his pocket? Guys, he started to say that this particular school, college, you know, plumbing school, that they pay for these students the school fees, you know, which is 10,000 shillings. And so they are not supposed to be paid when they go out on internship. Guys, it is crazy. I heard, you know, Grandma from New Jersey come out. You know, she actually spoke about this. David Jr. called her and she was on blast. And she was out here condemning this act. And I said, you know what? This is indeed true. How can people be worked and not be paid? You know, Grandma from New Jersey said that this is a private project. You know, this is a private project. And so if they want to pay these people, what is the problem? You know, what is the school's problem? What is the plumber's problem? Guys, now this plumber, what really didn't sit well with me about him is that he went now to tell the school these issues, and now the students were suspended. And what kind of school is this in the first place, guys? But I feel like this Josh plumber guy was actually revenging on David Jr. because David Jr. really put him on blast. You know, and he was questioned in front of the whole world and asked hard questions. Why is he working people and he does not want to pay them? And guys, he was, you know, saying this, and when he's cornered, he starts saying another, and, you know, he just came out as a very, not a credible person at all. And his greed was exhibited, you know, right in front of the cameras, in front of the world. It's a shame, guys. These people are from the same village. How do you motivate people? You know, these students, if you're going to keep them there and not give them anything. He started to say that, oh, I give them money for fare and lunch and I don't know what. And Grandma from New Jersey is the one who normally provides for money for lunch for these people. She even said that. Guys, Grandma from New Jersey was not having it. She was pissed. She was getting upset by the second, you know, as this Josh was talking. Because he was not making sense. Guys, bottom line is that he was pocketing money that was meant for the students. My goodness.
So we have a plumber here by the name Josh, okay? So he came here, I gave him some work, and he decided to involve some students who they are doing their internship or their practicals. So they have been working here, others they have been working close to a month. Sorry guys about that. So other students they have been working here close to a month, others weeks, others several days, and they have never received a pay. Whereas remember the work that we are doing here, okay, especially for the laborers, it's no charity, especially people who are working here, because at the end of it all they have to be paid, okay? So this guy portrays a lot of goodness, especially in his character, because for me I do believe if he was a human being enough, he has a mean to take care of these students. I mean, even giving them some stipend. I mean, even just appreciating them, because these students, they have their own bills to pay. They have. So to make things worse, guys, same person decided to go back to the institution and reported the students simply because he has decided, to appreciate them, to give them just a stipend. Okay? So to make things worse, some of these students, they were suspended. And it's evident from my previous video. I received a sad call from one of the students telling me he was suspended from school. I don't know how his life is right now. But the other day, Grandma from Jersey gave a call and she instructed the plumber to bring the students back. As I am creating this video today on Sunday, 8th March, I've never seen the students here. So who is to blame? Let's see how these will be unfolding. But as I'm creating this video, the plumber hasn't arrived yet. But I would like to know, what does he really want? Okay? Because it's the...
So guys, as you have heard David Jr. saying, this plumber guy, Josh guy, he never showed up. Neither did the students. Imagine, guys. This is because he was questioned, about his conduct, about his behavior, about his greediness. David Jr. and Grandma from New Jersey, they did not spare him. They told him as it is. They asked him questions. He was questioned. He was grilled. He was put on blast. And I guess he did not like it because he had been exposed. And I remember the last time he was grilled, Grandma from New Jersey said that this particular person, if what he is saying is lies, if they find out that what he's saying is lies, he is going to be fired. And so I think he has fired himself before he gets fired, because he knows that he will definitely be found out. David Jr. was supposed to go to the school, inquire about all these things that he was saying. But he has fired himself before David Jr. even went to the school. This was actually yesterday's video, I have not watched David Jr. today, so if there are any developments about this issue, because I was so not happy about this person working these students without paying them. Guys, this is not fair. It is not nice. Even if somebody is a student, they have needs. They need money in order to operate, in life. So somebody taking advantage of you because you're a student, because you are this and that, is very, very unfair. So I really want to know how this story will end. I want to know if David Jr. is going to go to this school and find out exactly what is happening, because it is high time people start behaving like human beings. My goodness. But if indeed there's a school like this where students go and, they are paid for 10,000 shillings. Guys, 10,000 shillings is not that much, And then when they are doing their internships, they are forbidden to accept any stipends. How is that sensible, guys? You know, if you as an institution do not want to give them any money, then what is wrong with somebody giving them money where they are working, they are rendering services? Guys, is this okay? Is this normal? I was so happy because grandma from New Jersey does not take any of this SHIT, you know. She is a woman who wants to be fair. If you're working, you should get paid. It's as simple as that, you know.
Speak.
Okay.
Let him read. Read that.
Okay.
Exactly what's there.
What's it written here?
Mm-hmm.
So, good morning, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I'm known as Miduda George Odongo from Awendo.
Who's reading? I can't see him.
Oh,
it's
sorry. You know, like, okay. So maybe,
Right.
I don't know how you will read it nowadays.
So, can you project the GoPro when I'm reading?
You know, he wants to see you
All right.
reading,
Okay.
and the message is on my phone. So it's very, very impossible.
So, can I screenshot so that I can read?
Exactly.
From my...
Maybe.
Right.
Just read the message.
Okay, let Vepa now read. Okay, whichever. You want to read?
Can read.
Okay. Vepa is reading from... Okay, I don't want maybe someone to say they are my
Maybe
words or something.
I can screenshot.
Okay, maybe you read. This is the one who is reading.
All right, Gilberto.
Okay.
Okay.
So because the...
Read, Andrew.
Okay, let him read. Yeah. But the camera is on him. The main camera. Okay, read everything.
Good evening, sir. I'm known as Miduda George Odongo from Awendo. I got some bad news from David Otieno, Adam, 89...
Admission, that is admission.
Admission 897 of name of institution, Glorica International College, Nyangwini Village, who among others are attached to your site by the said institution, and being supervised by Paul Odongo. Thanks for your intervention to giving them some little token. I'm shocked that the Twitter known as Paul Odongo, through the director, ordered them to surrender the whole amount you sent David and others. The message,
Okay,
message
let me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they send the screenshot. They attach the screenshot of my transaction and everything.
Okay.
Because that is the one of the parent of the student who was working here, and they were really complaining. Now the school had to tell them to surrender the money. Keep reading. It's a long message. Even I didn't finish.
Okay. I continue.
Just take your time.
Okay. So there is a message on the personal transaction cost or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. And interest daily on ZDMMF. They're all right. Okay. Condition either you can surrender money. Okay. They were given two conditions. Either they surrender money you gave them, or they quit school. Kindly plead with the school management not to frustrate these future leaders. Thanks in advance. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed evening.
Kindly do what with this school?
Read that again, kindly.
Okay.
So
Well. Okay, kindly plead with the school management not to frustrate these future leaders. Thanks in advance. Have a blessed evening.
But that does not tell me if the organization, it sounds like the organization paid their school fee.
Okay, let me show you just a minute, because I received lots of messages from these people in an extent whereby.
So just talk to.
Okay, read all these. Read all these. I mean, all that.
Okay.
And those are not my words. You can easily see someone's phone number wrote to me.
I don't want to read anything more because I'm getting really upset.
Okay, I'll forward I'll forward to you the screenshot.
Yes.
Josh,
Yes.
Now, this plumber's greediness has costed, these students, because now they have been suspended from school and now they are not coming to davyjnr site. Maybe this plumber warned them, and told them that you people are the ones who have caused me to be in this kind of predicament. So you guys should not show up at that place. I don't know, guys. Maybe he threatened them. Guys, this is a big shame. Somebody using students like this. You are using the vulnerable. You are using those who are disadvantaged. Just because you have an upper hand. This is so wrong. This is unacceptable. And this plumber, it is good what grandma from New Jersey did, and also davyjnr. It's good that they reprimanded him so that he learns a lesson. Next time, he is not going to behave like that. He is going to think twice. Let me know what you think about this video. Drop your thoughts, opinions, right in the comment section. Let us have a conversation. Let us have a discussion. And if you are new here and you have not subscribed to this channel, this is your moment. Hit the subscribe, join this amazing family, and you will not regret it. Like this video as well. Share it with your friends, family, and everybody else. And to the new newcomers in the house and new subscribers, the newbies, thank you so much for choosing this channel. Thank you for subscribing. And my returning subscribers, my favorite group of people, I love you guys. Thank you for your love and your support. You guys are the best of the best. Let us meet in the next video, guys. Don't forget to leave your comment down below. Bye-bye.
I educate, put things straight, that's my fate. Truth teller, reality checker. Truth teller, I'm your protector from the lies and the fake narrative. Truth is what I got to give. Speak the truth, speak the truth. Speak it to set you free. Speak the truth, speak the truth. It's MORAA, your African daughter. Don't pay